Hello and a very good evening to everyone joining Sri Lanka's premier sports channel, ThePapare TV. We are bringing to you live action from Nittawela, where the first quarterfinal of the Clifford Master Club Clifford tournament, Kandy hosting Sri Lions. The league's done and dusted, and now we come to the Clifford Cups, the Mastercard knockout tournament. And it's going to be an interesting tussle. It's a do-or-die situation for both these teams. And joining me in commentary is Yusuf. A very good evening, Yusuf.
Evening, Kavint. I think the new banner's up here, the 2024-25 champions banner here at Kandy. And it's a fresh evening for everybody here in Kandy. We're celebrating the championship of the home side, coming back after that defeat in the previous season. It's been a statement affair, and with the retirement of Nigel Ratwat, Kandy, of course, now back into affairs here. He'll be playing, of course, here at the Clifford Cup's first fixture. It's the curtain raiser here tonight, Govind.
Yeah, and in the league, Kandy managed to hammer both the game against Sri Lions. It was a tight tussle at the first quarter, but this is how it ended. 61 points to 14, 8 tries, 6 conversions, 3 penalties. Kandy really went away with it from the start, but the first 20 minutes from Sri Lions showed that they had plenty of players, but they did not have the right combinations. And that probably is why they lost. And Sri Lions, as the tournament progressed, played some really good rugby, and Kandy has been playing an absolutely wonderful season so far.
I think exemplified the kind of talent that they had earlier in the tournament. Kevin Dixon, especially in that first bit, but Kavin Kartarindra Ratwat with his conversions and penalties was too much to handle, along with a lot for Kandy at that particular fixture. But it's a new day, and Sri Lions will be hoping to avenge the home team's fortunes today.
Yeah, and there you see Kandy just one bonus point missing from that from a perfect season. 65 points. They did not get the winning bonus point against Havelock, and Havelock had a good season as well. So did CR, and Air Force was really deserved to be in that top 4, because they have played really brilliant rugby, and CHNFC won the plate segment. And Police, after not starting the league really well, they did manage to finish off strong in the plate, and Army, Sri Lions and Navy followed, and Sri Lions, it's the first season they are playing, and they've won 2 matches, and they'll probably be okay with it.
I think definitely it's a new season for this new team, and look at that points difference, Kavin. Kandy 341, 5 times as much as anybody else in the league, and that is a pure show of dominance after failing to take home the title last year. They've come back real hard with a bang. This unit here, Fazil Marija, along with his group of men, have made sure that they come back strong and will continue to do so across the next seasons. And there you go on screen, the Clifford Cup win tally. No surprises there. Kandy and CR topping the titles list. They're 21 and 15 titles respectively. Havelock's closely following 14. But this season again, Kavint, with the amount of teams on talent, and that's on show here, it's a season to look out for.
Yeah, and it's going to be an interesting game, because Kandy have hammered all teams at Nittawela, and this is the previous winners. Kandy, Police did brilliantly to win it last season. It was a close tussle with CR and FC, the champions of that year, 2024, and CR won it in 23, and 3 years the tournament was not played because of the COVID issue, and 19 they Havelock managed to win it, and Kandy, I think the last 10 years from that 2008 they've managed to clinch the title.
Yep, that Clifford Cup trophy hasn't breathed Nittawela air for 6 years, Kavint. And this year, I think, will be the year. Fortunes will be changing for Fazil Marija and his men. But important game here. It's the quarter-final of the Clifford Cup, the Mastercard Clifford Cup knockout tournament happening. Live action coming to you from Sri Lanka's premier sports channel, the Papare TV, with both teams preparing for kickoff live from Nittawela as we bring off action to you. We'll be back after a short break with kickoff. Till then, ladies and gentlemen, for a short commercial break.
Langin inna friendship bomai e friendship එක තව සුබ වෙන්නයි හිතේ ආදරේ අප්ඩේට් වෙන්නයි ඒ ආදර දෙවියම සුබ වෙන්නයි මේ හැම වෙලාවෙම perfect වෙන්නයි ඒ හැම අයටම සුබ දේ වෙන්නයි ලංකාව පුරා සතුට connect වේ හැම සම්බන්ධයක සුබ එළි වෙන්නයි
ආවරණයෙන් නොදෙවෙනි Airtel සුබ සම්බන්ධයක්.
Boss, you're the one who lifted this company to where it is today, ne? Your work is so well organized and your capability really shines through it.
While you're working hard to earn your yearly bonus, save money with Commercial Bank's Power Bonus. Open an account with just 5,000 rupees and earn bonus interest every 3 months straight.
Sixer udaya ViU App hot hot dang pandu hot spicy ude pandu fun cup usavi vive prima kotumi fun tamai Langin inna friendship bomai e friendship එක තව සුබ වෙන්නයි
හිතේ ආදරේ අප්ඩේට් වෙන්නයි ඒ ආදර දෙවියම සුබ වෙන්නයි මේ හැම වෙලාවෙම perfect වෙන්නයි ඒ හැම අයටම සුබ දේ වෙන්නයි ලංකාව පුරා සතුට connect වේ හැම සම්බන්ධයක සුබ එළි වෙන්නයි ආවරණයෙන් නොදෙවෙනි Airtel සුබ සම්බන්ධයක්.
Get ready for the International Masters League, where cricketing powerhouses collide. Who will rise to the occasion and claim the ultimate glory? Live on the Papare TV, Dialog ViU App and ThePapare.com. Witness the thrill of the big match season, where school pride is on the line and every run counts. From iconic rivalries to new generations of talent, a story of dedication, camaraderie and the pursuit of excellence. With every delivery, every catch, every partnership, watch as heroes rise and legends are born. The big match season, live on the Papare TV, Dialog ViU App and ThePapare.com.
Sixer udaya ViU App hot hot dang pandu hot spicy ude pandu fun cup usavi vive prima kotumi fun tamai
Ah, boss, I got you some homemade milk toffee. Shall I bring it now? You know, no matter what others say, you are really important to us. I have never seen anyone care about the company as much as you do.
While you're working hard to earn your yearly bonus, save money with Commercial Bank's Power Bonus. Open an account with just 5,000 rupees and earn bonus interest every 3 months straight.
Lassana palloke kottumi saravi hite hikka sita banda file and fashion nabe hittaka badde potte hot and spicy guess mate rase prima kottumi fun tamai hot and spicy fun kottumi flavors popping can't you see flames are crazy blow my mind taste so high it's for me hot heat with a beat that they fun like a then repeat beat check it hype and always on kottumi prima kottumi fun tamai
Ah, boss, I got you some homemade milk toffee. Shall I bring it now? You know, no matter what others say, you are really important to us. I have never seen anyone care about the company as much as you do.
While you're working hard to earn your yearly bonus, Save money with Commercial Bank's Power Bonus. Open an account with just 5,000 rupees and earn bonus interest every 3 months straight.
Sixer udaya ViU App. Hot hot dang panduwa, hot and spicy uda panduwa. Fun kappu savire vive. Prima kottumi, fun tamai. Hot and spicy fun kottumi. Flavors popping, can't you see? Flames are crazy, blow my mind. Taste so high, it's for me. Hot heat for the beat, that they fun like a then repeat beat. Beat check it, hype and always on kottumi. Prima kottumi, fun tamai.
Witness the thrill of the big match season, where school pride is on the line and every run counts. Watch as heroes rise and legends are born. The big match season, live on the Papare TV, Dialog ViU App and ThePapare.com.
Hello and welcome back, and all is ready for kickoff as we will now take a look at the team cards. First up, Kandy, Malita Vijay Sundara, Dilshan Farid and Viraj Kolambarachi forming the front row. Tilna Bandara and Nalan Premanath, the second row. Disanga Disanayaka Vajit forming the Han Vikramarachi forming the third row. And at scrum half, Hayshan Jensen and Nigel Ratwat at 10. And the wingers Diluk Shadange and Kavindu Pereira at the corners, and the centre combination Tharinder Ratwat and Zahid Zumri. And the fullback is Srinath Surya Bandara. And this is the Sri Lions form it, and Dushmant Priyadarshana Prasad Matsank and Raniturin Mal, very experienced front row, and Ganandu Lakshan and Denuvan Silva, who both switch from Navy at the locks, and Shahan Diaz, Mohammed Nizran and Dulaj Navodya forming the third row. Anurag Silva at scrum half, Dilsham Matsank at fly half, Rumesh Ramdas and Pranit Silva at the wings, and the centre combination Dinu Kamarasinghe and Raban Mahathir. And Kevin Dixon is at the fullback position, and everything is ready for kickoff, and it will be referee Sharani who's going to blow the whistle. Sri Lions have opted from the right to left. Kandy always likes to play on this side the first half. The second half, they love to enjoy that club house tries. Dilshan Madhusankar kicks it off, taken by Tisanga Disanayaka, the former Trinity captain. He is well met with Jansen to Nigel to Tari to Zumri, and Srinath Surya Bandara in space, but a very good tackle coming in. Ball secured to Jansen. Kalumbarachi, he takes the ball into contact. Nisran off feet. Penalty one. Hence for Kandy. He was off feet and clearly spotted by referee Charani, and Tari will kick this out.
Ratwat has had a foot and a half this season, kicks it into touch as Kandy will take honours from the line out here.
Dilshan Farid, the former Kingswood player in 2018, who's had a brilliant season along with Kenule Hettiarachi. They have been the two hookers that have done really well for Kandy. Dilshan Farid with his first line out, and to Tilna Bandar. Jansen to Nigel. Nigel gives it to the hand Vikramarachi, who takes a couple of men to bring him down, and here's Tari back inside. Diluksha Dange still on his feet. A lovely running angle from Dange, ripped apart. Here's Kevin Dixon putting the ball to boot. Initially thought it was touched, but Srinath Surya Bandara collects it at the back and decides to run. And here's Tari. He'll decide to run as well along. And Tari soles the dummy, goes away. Ball secured. Jansen on the mark. Here's Dilshan Farid yet again. He's being brought down. Good work from Kandy. Looks like the box kick is coming from Jansen. And brilliant work from Johnson. Calm under pressure. Taken down and knocked on. And here's the ball to Tisanga Disanayaka. Malita Vijay Sundara gives it out to Nigel Ratwata. Nigel Ratwata cut out pass to Zumri. Zumri stepping. Backhand pass to Heshan Johnson. Johnson inside the 22 meters. And Malita Vijay Sundara takes the ball into contact. Numbers opening up on the blind side. Tilna Bandara and Zumri will score. Brilliant work from Kandy. What work. It was around 10 to 15 paces and they have gone over.
Beautiful work from the Sipathani, and they are getting across the line. Some great skill on display here at Nittawela. Beautifully initiated by Yatsen there. That phase, and Tisanga Disanayaka making sure that he held on to that mishap by Sri Lions. And finally, Kandy making clean work of the Sri Lions. First points on the board for the home team. And they're that man on your screen, Tarinder Ratwata. He's been kicking it for fun this season, and neither angle has troubled him. This is his home turf, born and bred and brought up here. He'll fancy himself putting Kandy over the line with this one. Tarinder Ratwata. He'll take his guard. And referees will not blow the whistle. Very rare occurrence. Ratwata not managing to clear the lines there. And with that, Kandy move up to 5. First points on the board for the home team. Once again, beautiful bit of skill on display there. Maintaining possession. And from then on, it was a matter of Zumri landing it very carefully over the line, despite some very effortful defending by Sri Lions Kavint.
Yeah, and they played around 10 phases, and there was a quick ball out. Kudos to Johnson, who had a brilliant season, and he's showing so as Tisanga takes the ball into contact, but referee says it's a knock on rather, and it will be a scrum in favor of Sri Lions. They need to hit back now. Good field position for them to go to that training ground move. And there's plenty of space open on the blind side as well, the right of your screen.
Anuradha Silva, the scrum off for Sri Lions. Referee making sure everything's in place.
Might be a break down the right side as well. Silva feeds in and feeds it to Ratnayaka. He tries to take Johnson on. Silva yet again to the blind side. Here's Dinuk Amarasinghe. Amarasinghe knows this ground really well. He takes the ball into contact. Silva gives it to Prasad Matsanka. Matsanka to his companion Dushmanta Priyadarshana. Silva yet again. Dilshan Matsanka gives it to his center Mahathir. He is being manhandled by Tarinder Ratwat. But ball available in favor of Sri Lions. Now they will look to attack through the fringes. And good work. Ball turned over. Really well done by the Hanvik Ramarachi. What a turnover that is. Heshan Johnson now will go to the box kick. There's no one at the back. Bounce kindly falls to Ramdas. Ramdas to Silva. Silva, here's Pranit Silva yet again. The former Peter Wright player. And Nalan Premanath underneath the kick. He takes the ball into contact. What a lovely fend off that is on the little man. And Johnson takes a couple of steps, gives it to the Hanvik Ramarachi, who started this phase of play. And he's gone round, and the referee looks like it'll be a knock-on. Will be interesting to see if that is a deliberate knock-on Yusuf.
Definitely, I think it came off this Reliance player at the final point of contact, but the Hanvik Ramarachi. Beautiful piece of rugby.
There was the knock on. He was. It fell to his right side. That is why the referee hasn't gone for the pocket. Good decision from the referee. And it'll be a Kandy scrum. Srinath Suryabandara forming deep in this set piece. Diluksha Dange at wing. Probably Jansen will a penalty for standing up. Dushmanta Priyadashana is not happy with the call, but Kandy will really love this. They can now get inside the 22 meters because Tarinder Ratwat has a huge boot.
He'll put it into touch. Kandy within territory here to add to the scoreboard. This is very, very familiar terrain for the home team. Tarinder Ratwat, he's been 137 points across the league, the leading point scorer. He'll credit a lot of it to the boot, but it'll be Dilshan Farid, I believe.
Farid throws in, collected by Wajid Fahmy, forms the maul. Shehan Dias has run brilliantly well, but Dilshan Farid to the corner, bumps off a couple of players, and there was no daylight, I think, and Kandy still have the ball available. Malita Vijay Sundara takes it into contact with the help of Nalan Premanath, and this is Tisanga Disanayaka. He takes the ball into contact. Jansen looks like he'll give this out, and there's Fahmy to the Hanvik Ramarachi. Ball knocked on. Dinuk Amarasinghe. Here's Kevin Dixon, and he puts the ball to boot. Now it's a foot race. Srinath Suryabandara will be the first player to collect it, and 3 players on him, and Suri does really well. He manages to keep possession of the ball until his cavalry arrived, and Tarinder Ratwat will thump it down and bring the play back to the 50-meter mark.
Incredible composure by Srinath Suryabandara. They didn't really panic despite Sri Lanka being all over him. Waited for his men to arrive and made sure that the ball was safely secured before Tarinder Ratwat put it into a touch.
It will be Prasad Mathusanka, the veteran player. The former Isimpatana hooker and Sri Lanka hooker as well. It's a 4-man line out. Denuwan Silva, Tilla Bandara, collected by Denuwan Silva. Wajid Fahmy manages to go through. Here's Dilshan Mathusanka, spots the gap, but good tackle from Nigel Ratwat. Ball available, and a penalty in favor of Kandy for holding on. Quickly taken, but it was well front of the mark from Jansen, and Kandy now have another opportunity to get inside the 22 meters.
Really dominant show by the home team so far. A good blend of experience and young talent. We'll have to wait and see. The ball is into touch in very, very dangerous territory, Kavint. Nearly worked the maul previously, and Kandy, I think, will still go for that option to try and get a few more points on the board.
And a lot of players given the chance to play as well. Tisanga Disanayaka has been given. He's the captain who captained Trinity after Anu Haskurituak, who got injured, and did manage to captain Brad Bevin as well. And this is Colombo Arachi. He takes the ball into contact, and Jansen to Tilna Bandara. Good pop pass, good running angle, good work at ruck time. Dilshan Farid making a menace of himself, And here's Tisanga Disanayaka. And ball spills out again, and it'll be a penalty for not rolling away, and correctly so as well. Here's Jansen to Tari, and Tari will score. Brilliantly done. At that distance, Tari was already going to score, and that's the second try coming in the favour of Kandy, and it's Tarindra Twatta.
Clinical came in with that huge momentum, ran into that back line of Sri Lions. Tarindra Twatta this time making sure that he put his skills to use, and Dilshan Farid once again drawing that foul play from Sri Lions, holding on to that ball like an annoying child as he usually does, and beautiful from the Kingsudian to make sure Kandy retained position, and from then on it was a matter of time before Ratvat went over the line. Well, his job is not done. As usual, place kicking duties for the home side. This should be a customary affair. Ratvat puts it into the crossbar, over the crossbar, and that'll be 2 more points for the Kandy outfit. 12 points already on the board. They're into double figures.
Good overall performance from Kandy. They've not done a lot of mistakes, and there's a couple of newbies in this lineup as well. So Kandy and coach Fazil Marij are looking to give the youngsters a lot of chances. There's Gayan Pereira, the former Vidyartha captain, in the bench as well, and Diluk Chadange has earned himself the first start at wing 3/4 as well, and Nalan Premanath, who had a good impact off the bench, has started today as well, as Dilshan Madhusankar will put the ball to boot, and that will probably go out of the dead goal area, and it will be a centre line out or a scrum, and the feed will be Kandy's.
Effort by Madhushankar to win some territory. They are gone terribly wrong. Janssen will collect it. And it looks to be a centre scrum, Kavind.
They've taken the scrum, and if we can take a look at the formation. And if we can take a look at the position, all 3 backs in a straight line for Kandy, and they go to the right side. Here's Srinath Surya Bandara forming the gap, and still on his feet is Surya Bandara. He takes the ball into contact, ball available, Jansen to Nigel to the hand Vikramarachchi, a lovely loop pass, and knocked down by Viraj Kolambarachi, and advantage will be Sri Lions, and the box kick being opted, and Kavindu Pereira puts the ball to boot and composes things, but it will be the first knock-on advantage that will matter, and Sri Lions will get a scrum to feed.
Good option there by Anuradha Silva. Knew he had the advantage, went for the box kick. Didn't really work out in their favour, but the ball comes back to them, and they've opted for a scrum. Referee making sure the terms and conditions are pretty clear. Very experienced front row for the Sri Lions. Dushmanta Priyadarshanam, Prasad Madhushankar and Ranita Ritmal. Silva will feed the ball in.
Dilshan Madhusankar puts the ball to boot, and Zumbri will collect it, and there's space on the outside. Zumbri will like this challenge. Zumbri collects it, puts the ball boot, and a backhand pass. I probably think that went forward. Tried one too many. Could have and should have secured ball, but what brilliant play from the young centre.
Beautiful skill by the Sipathanian. Burst onto the scene, and has been a story to speak of over the past 2 years.
There was good vision. Zumbri knew Diluk Chadange was on his right, and if that had stuck, it would have been a brilliant pass as Anuradha Silva feeds in 9 to Dinuk Amarasinghe, who takes the ball on. Nigel being hammered, and Anuradha Silva to Denuwan. He takes the ball into contact. Ball available. Silva to Dushmantha Priyadashana. Disanga Disanayaka. Here another good bump off from Sri Lions and puts the ball to Booth. There's no one at the back. And unluckily for Sri Lions, it bounces off in to the dead goal area.
Then one Silva looks to be in a bit of trouble. The referee will call for medical attention. We'll have to look for exactly what happened. The medics very much soon in action here at Nittawela. Slowly but surely the numbers coming in for the home team in support. The Cargill's pavilion filling in as we speak. Hope then one Silva is okay and good to go. He'll have to go the mandatory checks. Looks to be okay. The Sri Lions lock cleared for play. Then one Silva will continue.
Bit of a break. Kandy leading 2 tries to nothing. One was converted, one wasn't. And Sri Lions, who scored early in the last encounter they played here, they were hammered 61 points to 14. The 14 points for Sri Lions came in the first 20 minutes, and this time around, the first 20 minutes, they've kept Kandy at 12 points, but haven't really scored any points, and Kandy have done really well in defense, even though the front and the back third rows really less experienced. Johnson gives it to Thari. Thari knocked it on, and there was no advantage, hence it'll be a penalty in favor of Kandy, and they will look to fit it out on the far side. Whenever there's been an attacking opportunity inside the 22 meters for Kandy, ball somehow finds Tharinda Rathwat, who will clear it out.
Into touch at Nittawela once again. Tharinda Rathwat clearing it off any danger for Kandy. They've had very reliable systems in place with the line out and their kicking, Kandy, and that has been a very pivotal part of their performances across the season. Fazil Marija making sure that he's got all of it right. Dilshan Farid will get the line out.
Tilina Bandara and Nalan Premanath goes up, and he only manages to knock it backwards, but collected by Mohammad Nizran and Anuradha Silva to Prasad Matsanka, who takes the ball into contact. A good little bump off, but there was no advantage, and the referee Sarani will go back to another knock-on infringement from Kandy. This time the feed will be from Sri Lions. Sri Lions haven't really looked to go to those moves, because the Kandy defense, the drift defense, has been brilliant, and there has been no gaps in that back line. That has been the case so far in this season, as Silva feeds it, gives it to Dinuk Amarasinghe. He takes the ball into contact. Ball comes out of the ruck and collected by Sri Lions. Ball presented over. First knock on is the call from the referee, and it will be another Sri Lions scrum, but Sri Lions, they have gone back in territory from what they received from the last scrum.
Anuradha Silva will feed it yet again. Like you said, Kandy managing to still win territory despite mishaps from their end. Kevin Dixon been largely kept quiet in affairs. He was very prominent in their last visit here. Ball goes to Dixon. He'll opt for a kick, but well defended by the player there.
Loose ball collected by the hand Wickramarachchi. He's still on his feet. He's a kind of isolated, but meets Dulaj Navodaya. And ball available. Jansen gives it to Rattat. And here's Premanath Wajut Faumirada going into contact. Jansen to Nigel. Nigel, lovely pick up from Tilna Malita Vijay Sundara. And Jansen yet again feeds it to Kolambarachi. Kolambarachi to Nigel Ratwat. He weaves through a couple of players, but goes in to Heshan Jansen, and it will be an accidental offside and a penalty in favor of Sri Lions. And they really get out of jail yet again.
Clinical by the Sri Lions. Once again holding on to that back line resiliently and making sure that they get the ball out of danger. Dilshan Madhushankar will kick it into touch for Sri Lions. They haven't gotten past the half line mark though. Once again the infringement, unintentional, but nevertheless ruled out. Waiting for the Sri Lions strategy here. Looks like
Prasad Matsanka with the throw in. Goes to Shehan Dias. Collects it. And Mohammad Isra takes the ball into contact. Anuradha Silva to Navodaya. He takes the ball into contact. Anuradha Silva asking his forwards to come into the ruck and play some rugby through the fringes. And that's exactly what they do. Prasad Matsanka a little isolated. Here's Anuradha Silva going to Dulaj Navodaya for that first spot. Second phase bail for Sri Lions. And what a lovely inside pass from Sri Lions, and they do manage to keep position. Knocked on Mathir to Denuvan Silva. He takes the ball into contact. Scrappy play from both these teams. Dulaj Navodaya to Kevin Dixon. He has the speedster Praneeth Silva. He puts the ball to boot, and he has a lot of pace to burn, but goes out of that 22 meters, and it will be a brilliant kick. I thought initially it was a 50-22, but the referees have given it the other ways.
Beautiful play by Praneeth Silva. He had nearly won the foot race, but the ball not luckily bouncing on to him. Sri Lions slowly building some momentum. They had to get out of jail initially and are now commanding affairs for a while now. We'll have to wait and see. There's a resilient Kandy outfit. They don't concede too much here at Nittawela, and when they do start scoring, they go a lot. In comes Dilshan Farid. Beautiful line out by Kandy. They'll go into ruck. Janssen collects the ball. They'll bring in more men, and that'll be points. Prasad Madhushankar maintaining his wits there. Referee will declare points for Sri Lions. What exactly happened there, Kavint? We'll have to wait and see.
And if we can take a look at a replay of this, we can. It was Prasad Matsanka who did something really cunning, and quick IQ. The ball was out by the looks of it, and he had the right to go on from the side. Ball was out of the ruck is what he's arguing. about, and the referees have given the try and the first points for Sri Lions. Good work from Prasad Matsanka, and he's managed to get the first points, as Kevin Dixon has the distance and not the direction though, and it's 12 points to 5 at the end of the 27th minute.
They wouldn't mind how they come, Kavin. It's a good presence of mind. They'll have to scrap for every point. They're not going to come easy with Kandy, and that's good presence of mind to get across the line. Prasad Madhushankar, the scorer for Sri Lions there. $12 points to 5 as we speak to you. Live action coming to you from Nittawela. Nigel Ratwat will initiate proceedings for Kandy. They'll clear it off their territory, collected by Anuradha Silva.
Anuradha Silva goes in to the ruck, and Priyadashana Dushman Priyadashana takes the ball into contact, and so does Denuan Silva, getting a better angle for the kickers to have a chance. Dushman Priyadashana yet again. Good work from the veteran. Sri Lanka prop, and Pranit Anuradha Silva rather puts the ball to boot. Pranit Silva right on Jansen's mark, and ball out is the call. Srinath Surya Bandara collects it, and he decides to run. Yes, Tarinder Ratwat gives it to Zumri, cut him back inside, and a couple of backhand passes to Diluksha Dange trying to go around the corner, and Zumri, he was ever so close, but brilliant cover defense from Anuradha Silva at scrum half, and he kicks it out, and it will be a goal line dropout in favour of Sri Lions.
Kandy bringing the heat to the Sri Lions not too long after that first points. Beautiful bit of skill by Zumri. He's fancied that backhand pass quite a few times, and it's come off more often than not. And Diluksha Dange did really well to put that ball into space. And Anuradha Silva kept his wits about him, making sure that he chased the ball all the way to the line. And Zumri was racing past behind him. Definite points, if not for the scrum half of Sri Lions. Kevin Dixon with ball in hand. Prasad Madhushankar getting some attention from the medics there. We're good to go here at Nittawela. Live action coming to you from Sri Lanka's premier sports channel, ThePapare TV. Dixon will initiate proceedings again here.
Goal line dropout by Kevin Dixon to the left hand field, collected by Diluksha Dange. The chaser was in front of the kicker, and Kandy being given a scrum in favour of themselves in attacking position right under the posts. A 5-meter scrum, and they'll really love this.
It's the look of a predator on the eyes of a prey with that Kandy pack. Interesting to see how they'll go about it. Heshan Janssen, he'll be lurking around that Sri Lions defense, making known to them the threat that's looming around, not that it needs any sort of explanation. He'll set his men right.
Janssen with the feed. Going forward is Kandy. Still no use it. Number 8. It looks like Sanusha Abhivikrama has found his way in to the field, and penalty in favour of Kandy. Number 7 quickly taken. Janssen takes the ball into contact. Srinath Surya Bandara numbers on the outside. Diluksha Dange, and he will score. Brilliant work. What a dive from Dange, and what game sense from Janssen and Srinath Surya Bandara, and quick hands by Tarinder Ratwat giving the assist to Diluksha Dange. Brilliant work from Kandy, and they score their third.
Through the kitchen sink at it, Dange with that desperate drive, getting there eventually. As Kandy, once again, very good presence of mind. Heshan Janssen, ably assisted by Tharinder Ratwata, putting them on the scoreboard for the third time in a row. And it'll be Ratwata who will be readying his boots for yet another kick. Something that has been pretty customary to him across the season. Tharinder Ratwata. He's been a reliable footman for the home team. 2014 Rugby winning Trinity captain. Has the distance but no direction. Kandy will not add to their tally. His boots kind of having an off day for Ratwata, but you'd forgive that that's quite the awkward angle for a kicker. Once again, beautiful piece of play. Janssen, quick presence of mind, gets the ball. Surya Bandara, Ratwata and Dange flew over the try line. No attempt by the Sri Lanka defender to stop him, and it'll be Dixon who'll start off proceedings for Sri Lanka.
Kevin Dixon hasn't had much to do in this first half, as he readies the restart. Yet again, right in front of the clubhouse to Thilina Bandara. Thilina Bandara gives it to Sanushka Abevikrama. He takes the ball into contact. Johnson probably will be a box kick from outside the 22 meters. Can't kick it out on the full. Charge down. Collected by Thilina Bandara. Throws the pass to Prasad Matsanka. Prasad Matsanka. Here's Dilshan Matsanka. Dinu Kamarasinghe. Numbers opening up on the outside. Here's Mathi Raban. And here's Ramesh Roomdas. And Anuradha Silva acting as the fly half to Mohammad Nisran. Anuradha Silva to Ranithu Ritmal. He is being well tackled by a couple of players. Disanga Disanayak and Dilshan Farid. Anuradha Silva, the ball was out, and here's Dushmanta Priyadarshana going through the fringes. And ball, I didn't think there was a clear release, but the penalty has gone the other way in favor of Kandy. And the referee having a word with the captain from Sri Lanka. I think it was for mouthing. Tharinder Ratwata will put this in to touch. A thumping kick from Thari from just outside the 22 meters to just inside the opposition half. Kandy will look to score another try. Would love to score another try before they go into the sheds. They have this line out. Dilshan Farid, who's had a brilliant season so far. And Thilina Bandara and Nalan Premanath, both able jumpers. Thilina Bandara collects it and forms the maul. Good work from Sanushka Abevikrama. He was right in the middle of that. And here's Dilshan Farid at the back, collected by Malita Vijayasundara now. And use it is the one. Once is the call. Ball out. Sri Lanka have turned it over. Anuradha Silva. Box kick to Zumri. Not a really good kick. Zumri. What a lovely outside pass here. Srinath Surya Bandara. He decides to go on the outskirts and puts the ball to boot. And here's Heshan Janssen and Srinath Surya Bandara chasing it, but brilliantly done from Anuradha Silva. I think it is yet again. He's certainly saved 2 tries for his team. Anuradha Silva. What brilliant defense from Sri Lions.
They're giving it their all. Kandy coming at them again and again, but Sri Lanka, it's been a show of resilience. The Kandians have been a bit too hot to handle at times, but so far it's been some good rugby, but advantage and fortunes mostly been swinging the home team side. Got to talk about how much Zumri is putting that backhand to use, Kavinth.
Here's the replay. Srinath Suryabandara decided to go on the outskirts and he puts the ball to boot. And Jansen was in a good position as well. But look at Anuradha Silva. Kandy will have the scrum because Anuradha Silva took it from outside the try line and he dotted down and brought it back. That's why Kandy have the scrum in their favour as Jansen feeds. And number 8 is Sanushka Abhikrama. Good work from Sri Lions, but Abhay Vikrama gives it to Jansen. Jansen to Nigel Rathwat, and Nigel Rathwat twists and turns. And knock on is called. Handshakes and high fives to Dinu Kamarasinghe. He probably would have been the tackler. And Nigel Rathwat was on his way, but good defense from Sri Lions. Yet again to not give Kandy the bonus point try.
Beautiful decoy run by Rathwat there, bringing Nigel into action. But Dinu Kamarasinghe having the last laugh. He's a home man here. He knows these parts very well. Anuradha Silva will feed into scrum.
To Dilshan Matsanka. He puts the ball to board. Not a lot of distance on that kick inside the 22 meters. That has been the case whenever Kandy has had a penalty. Tharindra Rathwat boots it around 30 meters, 40 meters. But the rest of the league kickers doesn't have much of a boot. But Havis have Samuel Madhuanta for it, and CR have Murshid Dure. But the other teams, I don't think there's players who can thump it that far as Nalan Premnath collects and forms the maul. Intentional collapse is the call from referee. Advantage being played in favor of Kandy. Penalty. That's the call. Intentional breakdown of that maul as Rathwat puts the ball to boot, and they will have a line out which is much more closer than the one we had before.
Any sort of a rolling maul like the previous one will see Kandy tick the scoreboard even further. Farid with the ball, quick line out taken.
Knocked back by Tilna Bandara. Tisanga Disanaga now has the ball. Penalty in favor of Sri Lions. Good work at ruck time by Mohammad Nizran, the former Peter Wright flanker, who's now at Sri Lions, and they win the penalty. Yet again, Dilshan Madhusanka this time puts a little bit of distance on that kick and brings play close to the 50-meter mark. Not collecting cleanly was the mistake Kandy did on that occasion, on that line out.
Prashant Madhushankar will handle the line out. Long ball by Sri Lanka's Mohammad Nizran, collects it. He keeps going, keeps the momentum on. They get into ruck. Sri Lanka still in possession of the ball. Anuradha Silva feeding it into a steaming Dinu Kamarasinghe. Ball knocked forward. Referee playing advantage, I believe. Srinath Suryabandara. Ball turned over. The Kandy skipper will look to accelerate, but maintains possession of the ball.
Johnson.
Ball turned over. Zumri gets in the middle of it. Careless rugby by both teams. Dixon trying to win some territory. Beautiful piece of rugby. Ball falls right into the hands of Dilshan Farid. Tharinder Ratwat, as usual, as Kavint mentioned, wins a lot of territory. And the ball goes flying into... Nearly cost another try there. Anuradha Silva careful as ever to make sure that Dange didn't get any advantage. But some good rugby overall. Careless bit of turnovers here and there. But Ratwata putting an end to it all.
Yeah, brilliant defense from Sri Lions yet again. This time it was Dilshan Madhusankar and Dinuk Komarsinghe. There was some scrappy play in that 40 to 50 meter mark where both teams had some broken play that was really scrappy, but however Sri Lions yet again do manage to get out of jail. Lets it bounce, does Zumri gives it out to Tari the to Sanushka Vikrama, and here's Wajid Fahmy to Kavindu Pereira, the danger man. Pereira, penalty in favor of Kandy. Handling off feet is the call, and correct call from the referee. Dinuk Komarsinghe had no right to that ball at the ruck, and Kandy have another penalty, and surely Tari will put this into touch. And Dilshan Farid does need to get his throw correct, because the last couple of times Kandy came into this red zone, the lineouts were the problem. Not collecting the lineouts were a big problem, and Kandy need to rectify that.
Possibly the last bit of play before we go into half-time. Farid getting the towel out, making sure he has grip on the ball. Long ball once again. Spilled over by Kandy, turned over. Dinuk Komarsinghe clears the ball. Clear Sri Lions chaser. Srinath Surya Bandara completely missed it. And Matir Rabban.
Knock on is the call, and that's half time. Kandy leading 17 points to 5. Referee signaling the end of a brilliant half. Although Kandy has had a lot of possession, Yusuf, Sri Lions have really done well to keep Kandy at 17 points.
I think yes, they've been in that red zone for quite some time. It's been some very astute defending by the visitors, especially Anuradha Silva saving 10 points easily with his efforts there, and the back line has done some justice to the visit here. 17 points to 5 at half time. And we will soon be back with action from the second half here at the quarterfinals of the Clifford Cup, live from Nittawela on Sri Lanka's premier sports TV, sports network, I beg your pardon, the Papare TV.
Witness the thrill of the big match season, where school pride is on the line and every run counts. From iconic rivalries to new generations of talent, a story of dedication, camaraderie, and the pursuit of excellence. With every delivery, every catch, every partnership, watch as heroes rise and legends are born. The big match season, live on the Papare TV, Dialog ViU App, and ThePapare.com.
ලස්සන පල්ලෝකේ කොත්තුමි සර විහිදේ හික්කට සිත බැන්දා වාතිරේ ෆයිනල් ෆැෂන් දපේ හික්ටක බදේ වටේ hot and spicy guess මාතේ රසේ ප්‍රීමා කොත්තුමි ෆාම් තමයි ළඟින්ම ඉන්න friendship බොමයි ඒ friendship එක තව සුබ වෙන්නයි
හිතේ ආදරේ අප්ඩේට් වෙන්නයි ඒ ආදර දෙවියම සුබ වෙන්නයි මේ හැමදෙනාම perfect වෙන්නයි ඒ හැම අයටම සුබ දේ වෙන්නයි ලංකාව පුරා සතුට connect වෙයි හැම සම්බන්ධයක සුබ එක් වෙන්නයි
ආවරණයෙන් නොදෙවෙනි Airtel සුබ සම්බන්ධයක්.
Boss, I got you some homemade milk toffee. Shall I bring it now? You know, no matter what others say, you are really important to us. I have never seen anyone care about the company as much as you do.
While you're working hard to earn your yearly bonus, save money with Commercial Bank's Power Bonus. Open an account with just 5,000 rupees and earn bonus interest every 3 months straight.
Hot and spicy fun, cook to me. Flavors popping, can't you see? Flames are crazy, blow my mind. Taste so high, it's for me. Hot heat in a beat, that they fun, nigga, then repeat beat. BJK hype, and always on cook to me. Prima, cook to me. Fun tamai.
ළඟින්ම ඉන්න friendship බොමයි ඒ friendship එක තව සුබ වෙන්නයි
හිතේ ආදරේ අප්ඩේට් වෙන්නයි ඒ ආදර දෙවියම සුබ වෙන්නයි මේ හැම වෙලාවෙම perfect වෙන්නයි ඒ හැම අයටම සුබ දේ වෙන්නයි ලංකාව පුරා සතුට connect වේ හැම සම්බන්ධයක සුබ එක වෙන්නයි
ආවරණයෙන් නොදෙවෙනි එයාටෙල් සුබ සම්බන්ධයක්
Boss, you're the one who lifted this company to where it is today, ne? Your work is so well organized and your capability really shines through it.
While you're working hard to earn your yearly bonus, save money with Commercial Bank's Power Bonus. Open an account with just 5,000 rupees and earn bonus interest every 3 months straight.
Witness the thrill of the big match season, where school pride is on the line and every run counts. Watch as heroes rise and legends are born. The big match season, live on the Papare TV, Dialog ViU App and ThePapare.com.
Sixer udaya viwate. Hot hot danga pandu, hot and spicy uda pandu. Fun kapu savire vive. Prima cook to me. Fun tamai.
ළඟින්ම ඉන්න friendship බොමයි ඒ friendship එක තව සුබ වෙන්නයි
හිතේ ආදරේ අප්ඩේට් වෙන්නයි ඒ ආදර දෙවියම සුබ වෙන්නයි මේ හැම වෙලාවෙම perfect වෙන්නයි ඒ හැම අයටම සුබ දේ වෙන්නයි ලංකාව පුරා සතුට connect වේ හැම සම්බන්ධයක සුබ එක වෙන්නයි
ආවරණයෙන් නොදෙවෙනි එයාටෙල් සුබ සම්බන්ධයක්
Boss, I got you some homemade milk toffee. Shall I bring it now? You know, no matter what others say, you are really important to us. I have never seen anyone care about the company as much as you do.
While you're working hard to earn your yearly bonus, save money with Commercial Bank's Power Bonus. Open an account with just 5,000 rupees and earn bonus interest every 3 months straight.
Lassana fun loke, kottumi saravi hite. Hit එක සිත බැඳා මාතේ. Fine and fashion dape. Hit එක බැඳේ වටේ hot and spicy guess මාතේ. Prima kottumi fun tamai. පිටියේ හතර අතේ කොත්තුමි රවුදෙන්නේ. Sixer udaya viwate. Hot hot danga pandu, hot and spicy uda pandu. Fun kapu savire vive. Prima kottumi fun tamai.
Boss, you're the one who lifted this company to where it is today, ne? Your work is so well organized and your capability really shines through it.
While you're working hard to earn your yearly bonus, save money with Commercial Bank's Power Bonus. Open an account with just 5,000 rupees and earn bonus interest every 3 months straight.
Hot and spicy fun, cook to me. Flavors popping, can't you see? Flames are crazy, blow my mind. Taste so high, it's for me. Hot heat in a beat, that they fun, nigga, then repeat beat. BJK hype, and always on cook to me. Prima cook to me. Fun tamai.
Witness the thrill of the big match season, where school pride is on the line and every run counts. Watch as heroes rise and legends are born. The big match season, live on the Papare TV, Dialog ViU App and ThePapare.com.
Lassana fun loke, kottumi saravi hite. Hit එක සිත බැඳා මාතේ. Fine and fashion dape. Hit එක බැඳේ වටේ hot and spicy guess මාතේ. Prima kottumi fun tamai.
Boss, I got you some homemade milk toffee. Shall I bring it now? You know, no matter what others say, you are really important to us. I have never seen anyone care about the company as much as you do.
While you're working hard to earn your yearly bonus, save money with Commercial Bank's Power Bonus. Open an account with just 5,000 rupees and earn bonus interest every 3 months straight.
Sixer udaya ViU App. Hot hot danga panduwa, hot and spicy uda panduwa. Fun kappu savine vive. Prima kottumi, fun tamai. Hot and spicy fun kottumi. Flavors popping, can't you see? Flames are crazy, blow my mind. Taste so high, it's for me. Hot heat with a beat, that they fun nigga then repeat beat. Beat check it hype and always fun kottumi. Prima kottumi, fun tamai.
As the
Live action coming to you from the second half here at the quarterfinals of the Mastercard Clifford Cup Inter-Club Knockout Tournament here. Kandy Sports Club, as expected, leading affairs here with 17 points to 5. Nigel Ratwata with ball in hand. The first half clearly going in favour of Kandy despite some valiant defending by the back row of Sri Lions. Evening, Kavint.
Welcome back, Nigel Ratwata. All ready for kickoff in the second half. It will be Nigel Ratwata, the veteran, who will kick this second half off. And he chooses the left hand side of the field, collected by Mohammad Nizran. And he takes the ball into contact. Ball turned over. Good work at ruck time. Sanushka Bevikrama Johnson feeding as the scrum half gives it to Tarinder Ratwata. Lovely cutout pass to Nigel. Nigel to Zumbre. Zumbre closes the gap and gives it to Dileksha Dange, and Dange will score. What a beautiful try from Kandy. Right in front of that clubhouse. Dange dives over and Dileksha Dange scores his second in a similar fashion.
Statement beginning to the second half by Kandy. Clear play. Zumri Banda, Surya Bandara and Dange combining to bring that clear try. Dange flying past the try line, like you said once again, Kavint. He is pretty much a Superman for Kandy on that wing right there. Getting across the line. Dileksha Dange. As usual, it'll be Ratwata with the boots. Right in front of the home team's clubhouse. Tricky angle, you'd say, but Ratwata, he's done it all this season. Stronger of his right foot. Will attempt to get it through those crossbars right through to the Roshan Veeraratne stand. And off he launches Ratwata. And that'll be 2 points. Kandy and Ratwata both in full swing, back in momentum in the second half. Beautiful kick right through the goal post there as Kandy nets 7 more points to the total. It's 24-5 here at Nittawela.
Here's the replay. Look how Zumri straightens the line. Here's Nigel. Look how he straightens the line and draws the man and gives it out to Srinath Surya Bandara, who has plenty of pace, and gave it out to Dange at the correct moment. Dange had a little more work to do as Kevin Dixon will restart things, and Kandy already 24 points. The first try scored in just 2 minutes and collected by Sanushka Bevikrama. He decides to run by himself and goes into heavy traffic of Denuan Silva and Shahan Dias. Jansen asking his forwards to make way for the box kick. Here's Jansen. Puts it high up and under. Collected by Kavindu Pereira. And it was on the air where Kavindu met his traffic, and here's Tharindra Ratwatha giving it out to Sanushka Abevikrama. He decides to go by himself, and he's being held up by Shehan Dias, and the ball has been turned over, and Dulaj now takes the ball and goes into touch, and it will be a line out in favor of Kandy. Good fast work from Kandy, and what a brilliant take it was from Kavindu Pereira.
Plucked him straight off the air. Kavindu Pereira was down, but played advantage to Kandy. They will retain the line out. Dilshan Farid. So wet field out there. Farid will initiate the long ball. Mohammad Nizran nearly getting there.
Nigel to Sanushka Abevikrama, who goes straightens the line through the middle, and here's Nalan Premanath. The locks combining for Kandy. Good work, Jansen. Numbers open, and Kavindu Pereira acting as the fly half. Jansen, ball goes out. Nigel to Tari. Tari goes into the corner, and Tari will score. Tharindra Ratwatha for his second try of this game, and yet again scores right in front of that clubhouse. Looks like he's done something to his knee as well.
Some aggressive play in there. Ratwatha, we hope he's all good. The kind of pain that you could usually walk it off, but he's getting some attention from the medics here. Shahid Zumri touted to take the ball. The young Isipathanian was a story of the last school season, along with another one of his teammates, Tisanga Disanaika. Zumri lines up for Kandy. Similar to Ratwatha, stronger right foot. He'll have his eyes set on those two posts. Zumri nearly gets it there. Had the direction, the young man. Not real enough power packed into it. But Kandy will have 5 more points added to the tally. 29-5. Clearly dictating affairs here. Ratwatha, beautiful. Here's the replay. Made sure that he retained position. Awkward landing there for the former Trinity skipper. 5 more points to the Kandy total. 29-5 here at Nittawela.
Kandy pretty much enjoying the second half. They're playing in their favorite right corner of the ground. Collected by Wajid Fawmi. And Fawmi goes into contact just outside the 22 meters. Johnson probably will go for the box, and he does so. Underneath it is Dilshan Madhushankar. Knocks the ball on. Kavindu Pereira collects it and gives the pass out, but knock on by Tisanga Disanaika. Gives the advantage comes to an end, and the first knock on is what the referee signals, and it will be a scrum in favor of Kandy, as we see Tharindra Ratwatha working it off, and Gayan Pereira, the former Isipatana Vidyartha skipper in 2024. He knows this ground, and there's 3 youngsters playing in this Kandy team. Tisanga Disanaika, he vice-captained Trinity last season in the schools tournament, and Gayan Pereira captained Vidyartha, and Shahid Zumri was the vice-captain of Isipatana last season, in the school season that is, and 3 of them are playing in this game, as Sanushka Abevikrama hands it to Jansen to Dange, plenty of speed, and Dange to Kevin Dixon, and Nigel scores in the corner, but referee Ishanka Bekun has his flag up, and looks like a touch has been called, and it will be a line out in favor of Sri Lions.
Once again, they look Dange ever so threatening with his pace and raw power, scooting past that Sri Lions defence. one too many for them to handle, but eventually that touch coming into favour for them. Dange getting a bit of treatment outside the lines, but beautiful piece of rugby yet again. Nigel Ratwata clean with his finish.
Another substitution for Kandy. Viraj Kolambarachi goes to the bench, and Mohammad Akil comes in place of him. Kandy have made 3 substitutes so far. Gayan Pereira, and here's Sri Lions forms the maul, tries to get more distance for his kicker Anuradha Silva, feeds it to Dilshan Madhusankar, but good rush defense from Tirana Bandara. Dilshan Madhusankar had to change the footing at the last moment, and he puts it out right inside the 22 meters of Kandy.
Dilshan Farid hasn't looked clean as he usually is today. Kandy will retain possession. Ball goes into ruck. It's getting pretty messy in there. Mohammad Nizran getting into the mix of it.
Ball available is the call from referee Charani, and illegal sack is the call from the referee. Intentional breakdown, as Nigel will put this into touch, as Tari Daratat went to the bench. Nigel has taken over to put the penalties into touch. It will be Dilshan Farid, who's had a brilliant game. Here again, ball turned over. Nizran to Dulaj Nawadde in space. Ball available. Silva to Dinuk Kamarasinghe. Dinuk Kamarasinghe gives it out to Pranit Silva. Pranit Silva showing plenty of pace, and puts the ball to boot. It's a foot race, and Jansen will dot it down. But what brilliant pace from Pranit Silva. He had a lot to do, and Kavindu Pereira was right on his tail, and he outpaced Kavindu Pereira by a little bit, and couldn't finish the job, and it now gives a goal line dropout to Kandy.
Jansen taking no risks there. Pranit Silva was looking very good, but then that carefully positioned defender coming in the way of Sri Lions netting once again. Goal line dropout, ball cleanly collected.
Dilshan Madhusankar, he takes the ball into contact, goes around 30 meters. Here's the opportunity for Sri Lions if they are going to score. They need to score next to at least get a consolation, couple of tries, make the deficit cut down by a margin. And Sri Lions going through the fringes. Shehan Dias, this is who's taking it into contact just inside the 22 meters, gives the ball out wide. Dinuk Kamarasinghe gives it to Dilshan Madhusankar, and lovely turnover by the looks of it. Play on is the call, and here's Gayan Pereira to Jansen. Jansen puts the ball out on the full, and we initially thought he could have run because Kavindu Pereira was open on the wing.
Once again, clearly put out by Jansen. Quite the distance with that kick. Ratwata-esque, but it'll be a line out in favour of Sri Lions, and that'll be Prasad Madhusankar who'll be taking control for the visitors.
Here another substitution for Kandy. Kelune Hettiarachchi has come in place of Dilshan Farid as the hooker, and Nalan Premanath wins it over. Here's County Pereira puts the ball to boot and manages to do brilliantly. And Sri Lions, however, keep possession of the ball. Nifras going to the blind side. Wajid Fahmy and Tilna Bandara both available on that side. Anuradha Silva. Advantage being played in favor of Sri Lions. Silva puts a high hanging kick. Just 10 meters. Collected and knocked back by County Pereira. And entry from the side is the call from referee. And penalty in favor of Sri Lions.
Dixon with the ball. We'll have to wait and see what option they look for. Looks like they'll go into touch to try and win some territory here. Dixon launches it into touch. And they've gone quite some territory, still outside the 22. Not something Dixon will be proud of, but still much territory won. Muhammad Akil in place of Viraj Kolambarachi, I believe. Dilshan Farid, I beg your pardon. Prasad Madhushankar with line out duties for the Sri Lions. Wet outfield here. The ball's pretty wet as Madhushankar. He'll wait for the alignment to happen. The ball turned over. Janssen collected cleanly.
Gives
over to the Sanayaka. Sanayaka not letting go. Janssen once again. The ball launched into orbit. Chases behind the ball, but cleanly collected there by Dixon. He'll try and win some territory. Beautifully intercepted there by Wajid Fahmy.
Accidental offside is the call, and brilliantly called as well. Zumbri takes it quickly, gives it to Janssen. Janssen to Gahan Pereira. Gahan Pereira in the corner, and Gahan Pereira will score. He has been doing this for his school so much in the last season. And Gahan Pereira goes in the corner. The former Vidyartha captain in 2024. And hometown boy Gahan Pereira goes in the corner and scores the sixth try for Kandy.
Once again, Kandy capitalizing on any sort of mistake, let alone by Sri Lions. And I think the scoreline, Kavint, is not really reflective of the kind of rugby we've seen so far. Both teams have played some good head-to-head rugby, but it's the fact that Kandy have capitalized whenever any sort of leeway has been offered by the visitors. And Shahid Zumbri lining himself up once again. Pretty much the same kick, a little bit of an obtuse angle compared to the previous occasion. Zumbri has a look at the goal posts. And this time he'll need a bit more power than the previous occasion. Not so clean, and the referees will not blow the whistle. 5 more to the Kandy total as they move on to 34 with just 5 netted by the visitors. Once again, look at that play. Janssen quick to recognize the threat and beautifully collected by Gahan Pereira. He had one man to fend off, and from then on he was already smiling. Clean landing by the Vidyartha skipper there. He's been doing that all year. And Kavint, as you rightly called it, making sure that he makes his name felt on that occasion. Yet again, another substitution for Kandy. That is Tilina Bandara leaving the field.
High hanging kick from Kevin Dixon to Heshan Janssen. He will put this into touch. Lovely high hanging kick. Under it is Rumesh Ramdas. Ramdas tries to run, cuts past County Pereira, but the defense was really good. The ball over the ruck, and knock on at the ruck is the call from the referee. As we see, Ranitu Ritmal goes out from the prop position. Ranithu Ritmal, St. Peter's prop in the last school season in 2024 is being replaced, and Kandy will have a scrum. There was a slight knock on at ruck time from Sri Lions, and that's another replacement. Nigel Ratat being substituted out at fly half. Rather Diluksha Dange. Asiri came in for the fly half position, and looks like Nigel Ratat will be playing as the first centre now. It'll be Johnson, Asiri, Nigel, Zumri and Suri at the back, with Gayan Pereira and Kavinda Pereira at the wings for Kandy. Yet again, the front row needs to be commended from Kandy, because they have had a brilliant season. Malitha Vijayasundar and Milan Veerasinghe, what a season they had this time around, and Dilshan Farid as well. Those three started almost every tight game, and the replacements Colombo Arachi and Mohammad Akil, and especially Kenula Hettiarachi, has completed that front row brilliantly for Kandy. That was the reason they lost the last season, because they did not have a good front row. But this time they have turned things really well. Here's Kutti, and Jansen puts the ball to boot, and probably will be a 50-22, and it is a 50-22. Brilliant work from Heshan Jansen. Spotted where the gap was, and put in a neat grubber. It was good scrummaging from Kandy as well. The ball, Sanush Kabe Vikrama gave out to Heshan Jansen. There you see, and Jansen puts the ball, a neat grubber, and inside the 22 meters as Kerune Hettiarachi readies his line, and Nalan Premanath collects it cleanly. Nalan Premanath was handled in the air. Through the fringes is the call from Kandy. Kenule Hettiarachi takes the ball into contact. Here's Malitha Vijayasundar. He goes through the blind side. And here's Premanath here again. Manages to keep possession, but obstruction is the call from the referee. Accidental obstruction, and Sri Lions have a way to get out of this phase. Looks like it's Prasad Matsanga who's down. Penalty in favor of Sri Lions. Dilshan Madhushankar to clear it. Flat hanging kick. Doesn't go out on the full. Collected by Asiri finally. Asiri gives it to Srinath Surya Bandara. Srinath Surya Bandara decides to run and put the ball to boot. And that goes out on the full. And that's the first real mistake Srinath Surya Bandara has done. Went out on the full, tried the cross kick, and it was marginal, but Sri Lions have a line out in favor of themselves where the ball was kicked out from, and Prasad Matsanka will now needs to win this line out.
Madhushankar for Sri Lions. Straight, very obvious strategy. Ganidhu collecting the ball there for Sri Lions. Will hand it over. Anuradha Silva will hand the ball over. Sri Lions going into ruck once again. A bit of possession by the visitors. Dushmanta Priyadarshana, the big experienced loose head there, going into contact. Prasad Madhushankar, Anuradha Silva at the back. And they're trying to gain some momentum here. Sri Lions rocking in to that Kandy defense. Dilanje Aryapal on that occasion. Mohammad Nizran will make the ball available. Shehan Dias. Once again trying to build some momentum but barely winning any territory. Kandy vicious with their attempts. Prasad Madhushankar making a case there for the referee. Ball ruled in favour of the visitors.
Handling of feet is the call from the referee. Sri Lions have 2 back-to-back penalties on the trot, and looks like they've opted to go for the 3. Not a real option now. It probably they need to look more of a favourable margin.
Very ambitious by Dixon here. The direction is not a problem, it's the distance. Definitely capable, but quite the feat to pull this off. He's got his shots up. It's an ambitious skipper here, Kevin Dixon. He'll line himself up. In comes the skipper. Straight through. Beautiful by Dixon. The referees will blow the whistle. 3 more to the Sri Lions total. Quite the ambitious kick, Kavind, but he gets it through. Sri Lions 8, Kandy 34.
Some points on offer there. Surely they'll take all the points on offer. Something for themselves to tell themselves. It will be Asrina Senevratna to restart, and here another similar phase. Lasita Attanagoda, the former Sylvester's player, has found his place in the Kandy front row. He's playing after a long injury layoff. Dilshan Madhushankar puts the ball to boot, but doesn't get much meters. Right outside the 22 meters. And Kandy have emptied their bench in this first quarter final of the Mastercard knockout tournament. Kenula Hettiarachi with the throw in. It probably might be a Nalan Premanath or Tarinu Bandara. Clock off is the call. It was well taken at the 4th pod by Nalan Premanath. Here again, Kenuna Hettiarachi. This time finds Tarandu Bandar. Forms the maul. Denuvan Silva right in the middle of it. Suranga Tennakon. The fly half. Searching for the ball. But turned over by Sri Lions. Good work at maul time. There was no way the ball was going to come out. And has been turned over, and Sri Lions here again inside the 22 meters have a scrum, and not an attacking position by any means for them, but they'll try to play on the other side of the field.
Lasitha Attanagoda, Kenla Hettiarachi and Mohammad Akil leading the pack for Kandy. Anuradha Silva with ball in hand. They look to clear territory here, the Sri Lions.
Penalty in favor of Sri Lions. The first scrum that has given away. Looks like an accidental collision between two teammates. Denuwan Silva stands up, but Prasad Matsanka is still down. Here's a look at that fall. Referee was quick to give away the penalty. Dilshan Matsanka will be kicking the penalty into touch and doesn't go out. Nalan Premanath to Ajit Fami. Ajit Fami to Asiri Senaviratna. Asiri Senaviratna puts the ball to boot. And here's Kevin Dixon. He returns the favour. And Srinath Surya Bandara lets the ball bounce. And collected by Rumesh Ramdas. Trying to go through the corner, but good work from Sri Lions to keep it alive. Good counter coming from Kandy. And Kandy have turned the ball over. Brilliant work from Asari Senaviratna. He is the man who did all the hard work. And there's a player not rolling away from Sri Lions, and it will be a penalty in favour of Kandy. What brilliant defence. And the counter came because of Asari Senaviratna, who initiated everything. And it was very neatly done for Kandy. And Gayan Pereira says, you are not going through my channels.
Senaviratna puts it into touch. I think that has been the difference between the two teams. Whenever an opportunity has come by, Kandy have combined to make sure that they've punished the visitors vehemently, but just like on this occasion, the Sri Lions not really capitalizing on what was offered to them.
Kenole Hettiarachi with the throw in. This time again a fourth pod collected cleanly by Faumi. Faumi to Asari Senaviratna. Asari Senaviratna to Lasitha Attanagoda. Lasitha Attanagoda to Srinath Surya Bandara. Knocks it on, and here's Sri Lions with an opportunity. Ramdas. Anuradha Silva gives it to the replacement. He takes the ball into contact. Looks like it's Arya Pala. Silva to Dushmant Priyadarshana. He takes the ball into contact, but good tackle coming in from Kenule Hettiarachi. Ball being turned over, but penalty in favour of Sri Lions, and that has been the story so far in the last 10 minutes. Kandy, they've attacked brilliantly and somehow have given away Sri Lions with a penalty to get out of jail.
We'll have to wait and see what Dixon decides with this. Conversations with both the skippers, Lefty Chalani, Dixon and Surya Bandara.
Interesting call. Kevin Dixon will put this into touch. Probably too long for his boot. Doesn't go out on the full. Collected and goes out on the full. Suranga Tennakon should have tried to collect it on the full, but it was a really unlucky bounce for him.
It'll be Prasad Madhushankar. He's been the one with ball in hand throughout the game. He's had quite a good game. The sole try scorer for the Sri Lions. Good presence of mind earlier in the day. Madhushankar. Valiant attempt by Ramdas. The rolling maul is on here for the visitors. Madhushankar with ball in hand. The Sri Lions pushing. They have the momentum. More and more force coming in. Reinforcements here into the Sri Lions maul. Madhushankar still with ball in hand. Turned over. Beautiful piece of rugby by Wajid Fahmy on that occasion. The ball turned over. The chase is on this guy and Pereira chasing it.
Good stepping from Ramdas. Finally brought down by Kandy. Here's Dino Kamarasinghe knocking the ball on. Ball turned over by Kandy. Ball available. Suranga Tennakon. Fenny passed a couple of players. Still on his feet is Suranga Tennakon. And here's Nigel acting as the scrum half. Gives it to Tisanga Disanayake, who takes the ball into contact. Good work acting as the scrum half is Kenul Hettiarachchi. Asiri Senaviratne going through the middle. Places the ball open. Tennakon to Surya Bandara to Kavindu Pereira. Kavindu Pereira cutting back in. Still on his feet is Kavindu Pereira. Ball available. Advantage in favor of Kandy. And they'll put this into touch. Brilliant work from Kandy. Kandy's defense have really been brilliant. They have just let one try go past them. It's the replay. It was still in the ruck, and Nizran came in from the side and clear penalty and correct penalty in favor of Kandy.
The crowds have slowly but surely filled up bit by bit here at Nittawela. Senaviratne will put it into touch.
Brilliant touch finder from Asiri Senaviratne, gaining around 25 meters. He's had a good season, Asiri Senaviratne. He's come off the bench to play those crucial 20 minutes of the game, and he started against a couple of Forces teams as well, and he's probably putting his hand up at the fly half position because he runs all the patterns that is required of him for coach Fazil Marija, and he's going to be a brilliant player in the future as Wajid Fahmy forms the maul. And good work from Sri Lions, and they will win the turnover. Kandy were really unlucky because the ball presented really well to the scrum half, but it wasn't given out, and I think the culprit at that ruck would have been Tisanga Disanayake.
Nizran making sure that he got it turned over this time around. It's been a good show by the home team. They've exhausted their bench. They've brought in some young blood. And Tharinder Ratwata managing to get himself twice on the score sheet. And Kandy comfortably sitting up front, 34 points to 8. That man with ball in hand, Anuradha Silva, has been few of the brighter lights for the visitors. Saved his team quite some points, and at the same time has been very pivotal in that scrum half role. Kevin Dixon and Prasad Madhushankar, the only 2-point scorers for the visitors. Prasad Madhushankar getting that try earlier with good presence of mind, with the ball being out of ruck and referee ruling in favour of the visitors, and then Kevin Dixon with that long straight kick giving them their penalty points. Few conversations ongoing here as we are about to get action kick started yet again. Anuradha Silva will feed the ball in. Mohammad Nizran being the victim of quite the pleasantries by the home fans here. A very passionate crowd here in at Nittawela. Anuradha Silva will feed the ball. Suranga Thenakun acting as scrum half in the absence of Hishan Janssen.
Charged down by the Kandy defense. It was Wajid Fawmi who charged it down, and it will be a line out in favour of Sri Lions. The defense was quick. And Yusuf, we need to pick a player of the match as well. What are your thoughts?
Well, there have been quite the few contenders. Tarindra Ratpatha, clearly one of them, getting himself about that scoreline twice. But it's been some defining action by our man of the match for today, Dialog ViU. He's flown past that try line twice and threatened much more. And quite rightly, Kavint, I think Dialog ViU takes that home, doesn't it?
Yeah, and he had a brilliant defensive game as well. There was no one running in his channels, and that's because Kandy's defense has drifted brilliantly. And whenever needed, there's Srinath Surya Bandara, who's very able at the back as well, and that's Dialog ViU has replaced Dinal Ekanayak as well. He was playing at the number 11 position, and there was no mistake from his end, and he had a good work rate game as well, and so correctly it probably is Dialog ViU.
Very cleanly working off the flanks, Dange, getting those two tries for Kandy, and rightly, like Kavint mentioned, he's been brilliant at the back as well. The quarter-final Mastercard Clifford Cup Inter-Club Knockout Tournament quarter-final man of the match is for you, ladies and gentlemen, is Dialog ViU, as we continue action with Suranga Thenakun feeding the ball in for that scrum. The referee Chalani will have a conversation. Gloomy skies here in Nittawela, yet to have any sort of heavy shower. Quite the evening for any fan of rugby to come home and enjoy some good rugby action by the home side. Lasita Attanagode Mohammad Akil and Kenla Hettiarachi up front for Kandy. Suranga Thenakun will feed the ball in.
Thenakun feeds in. Good scrummaging from Kandy. Sanushka Abekrama gives it to Suranga Thenakun. Thenakun to Srinath Surya Bandara. Surya Bandara has been well tackled. Yes, Suranga Thenakun yet again. Asri Seneviratna. Lovely cutout pass to Lasita Attanagode. He takes the ball into contact. Thenakun, ball available. Kenula Hettiarachi asks for it, and he goes by himself, and he's being well tackled by the Sri Lions. Thenakun to Akil Mohammed, and he knocks the ball on as well, and it will be a scrum in favour of Sri Lions, and that has been the story so far. Whenever Sri Lions have had possession, they've only managed to give it away, and Sri Lions, compared to what the team that visited Nittawela in the league first week, it was a score of 61 points to 14, and Sri Lions this time around look a very good team. At the end of the season, they've adjusted all the mistakes they could have done, but there's a long way to go for Sri Lions to be one of the top four. And Anuradha Silva to Dilshan Madsanka. Madsanka puts the ball to boot. Right down the middle. Around it is Gayan Pereira. Gayan Pereira trying to run around. Here's Gayan Pereira. Still on his feet is Gayan Pereira. Still on his feet. Takes the ball into contact. Ball available. Suranga Thinnakon gives it to Asari Seneviratna. Asari Seneviratna puts up the goose and gives a lovely cutout pass, backhand pass to Kavindu Pereira. Kavindu Pereira gives it to Thinnakon. Ball available. Asari acting as the scrum half. Nigel to Sanushka Abevikrama. Sanushka still on his feet is Sanushka. He takes the ball into contact. Advantage in favor of Kandy, and penalty one. Kandy will put this into touch. Here again a couple of injuries. Here's Sanushka Abevikrama, not going to ground too easily. He takes a couple of men to bring him down. Inside the 22 meters, has around 15 meters to go. It probably will be a Kenule Hettiarachi Nalan Premanath move. Nalan Premanath has always jumped at that fourth position. And Tilna Bandara or Chatura Soisa. Chatura Soisa is the one who normally does it for Kandy. And there again, Wajid Fahmi. And there was a contest. Someone from the Sri Lions line out might have jumped up, or else the crooked throw is okay. But Sri Lions will get a scrum as the line out was crooked.
Very depleted effort by the Sri Lions in the second half. They've barely managed to hold on across the dominance of Kandy. Came out blazing with that Dange try up front in the first half, and since then it's been quite the Kandian tale so far. Anuradha Silva, he's been good. The Sri Lions scrum half. Few conversations ongoing as we aim to kickstart affairs quickly. Silva will have ball in hand. Suranga Thinnakon scrum half for Kandy. Once again, affairs not so clean at the scrum. Referee will blow the whistle in favour of the visitors. Prasad Madhushankar looks to be in a bit of pain, holding on to his right shoulder, I believe. He will be getting medical attention.
He's gone down quite a few times as well, and he's refused to go out of play as well. And Prasad Madhushankar still hangs on as Kevin Dixon will put this into touch. Lovely rubber, and into the media box pavilion.
Frustration being vented out by the Sri Lions skipper on that occasion. A minute and a half of official play to go before referee Chalani brings matters into her own hands. Prasad Madhushankar, he's been a fighting warhead. Collected cleanly by Shahan Dias. The ball sent into play. Sri Lions once again forming the ruck. Anuradha Silva being backed up by Mohammad Nizran. Nizran will collect it. He'll go into ruck with some momentum, being well manhandled by Lasitha Attanagoda on that occasion. Silva dictating affairs to his players at the back. He'll go for that box kick, and a few tight legs will chase that. Surya Bandara will cleanly collect it and will try to win some territory. Some beautiful run-throughs by the Kandy skipper Tisanga Disanaik, ably assisting him with that. And the ball through to Muhammad Akil.
Suranga Thinnakon. Penalty in favour of Kandy Suranga Tennakoon goes on his own. Finally brought down. Not 10 meters should be the call. Gayan Pereira acting as the scrum half gives it to Nigel. Nigel gives it to Lasitha Attanagoda. Lasitha Attanagoda to Asini Serenratna. Nigel, lovely cut out pass to Sahid Zumri. Sahid Zumri stepping, takes it into contact. Asiri feeds it to Surya Bandar. There's no one at the back for Sri Lions. A chip kick could be a beautiful option. Yet again, Lasitha Attanagoda goes into contact. Suranga to Asiri Senaviratna. He is being brought down well. Ball available in favor of Kandy. Tennakoon, and Kandy wins another penalty. And in front of the mark is the call from referee. Good couple of passages from the home team, trying to finish it out on a flurry.
80 minutes up on the official clock here at Nittawela. It'll be up to the referee to now call matters into her own hands. And the ball will be sent into touch.
Right in front of the clubhouse. Already 3 tries were scored in that corner. It'll be Kenula Hettiarachi with the throw in. Probably Wajid Fawmi at the back will be jumping. There's Nalan Premanath and Tarindu Bandara as well, who can jump for Kandy. They have decided to rest Chatura Soisa. Hettiarachi to Tarindu Bandara. Tarindu Bandara takes the ball into contact. Ball available for Kandy. Suranga to Asiri. Asiri to Gayan Pereira. Zumbri picks it up somehow, goes around a couple of players. Nizran has a good tackle on Zumbri. Ball available for Asiri Senaviratna. Here again he tries to go through the middle. Going through traffic is Asiri Senaviratna. Ball available in favor of Kandy. Suranga Tennakoon. Advantage played in favor of Kandy here again. Tennakoon takes the ball quickly. No one was 10 meters back. That will be a definite yellow card and a penalty. That should have been a yellow card as well. This is the second time they did not go the 10 meters. Kandy now have an option. Put this into touch or take it quickly. Suranga Tennakoon probably might give this to Asiri Senaviratna. Oh, Lasitha Attanagoda. He takes the ball into contact. Big unit is Lasitha Attanagoda. He's coming after a long layoff from injury. Here's Suranga. Suranga to Tisanga Dharampal. And here's the number 31, Tarindu Bandara. Brilliant work. Wajid Fawmi it is. And Wajid Fawmi scores the final nail in the coffin for Kandy. And they win the first quarterfinal of the Mastercard Knockout Championship.
Statement affair by Kandy here, ending it on a very high, right in front of that Nigel Ratwath stand by Wajid Fawmi. And everyone from the clubhouse onlooking as the home side write a clear script. It'll be Shahid Zumri's customary kickoff to finish off proceedings. That young man has had a wonderful day for Kandy as well, and he will top it off with some points off his foot. Beautiful rugby by the home team, and the referee Chalani will call it an end here at Nittawela. Kandy started off very well with some good resilience by the Sri Lions, but as expected, the team, home team, getting stronger by the minute and a depleted effort by the visitors as time went on. Customary points, Prasad Madhushankar laying that first try of some very good wit in the first half for the Sri Lions, and then Kevin Dixon with that place kick from almost close to the half line, getting across the Sri Lions to 8 points. But other than that, it's been Tarindu Ratwath Dange and Wajid Fawmi to cap affairs off, and Gayan Pereira coming in clinical with that try, and some very good place kicking by Ratwath Zumri. And of course, ably assisted with some clear steering by their skipper at the back. Affairs end here at Nittawela Kavint.
Yeah, and now Kandy have to look forward to that semi-final. On the other side, it will be CR and FC taking on Havis in one semi-final if they do manage to win both their quarterfinals. And Kandy will have to play either Police or Army or either CH and FC by the looks of it. And it's going to be an interesting couple of weeks to come for Kandy. And they win the first quarterfinal of the Mastercard in Knockout Championship 41 points to 8. And this is the highlight reel from the second half coming up. Here's how they scored. Diluk Shadange went in the corner. Lovely work, fast hands by Kandy, and a good dive as well to finish things off. And Tharindaratwata started off brilliantly with the conversions, but midway of the second half, Tari had to go due to a small injury. And here's the other replay where Tari scored his second try, and Jansen to Gayan Pereira, and he finished off a brilliant try as well. It was a winger's dream try for Gayan Pereira, and the only points of the second half coming through a penalty for Sri Lions, and this is how they capped it off. A try through Wajid Fahmy, and no one worked harder than him, and a good overall performance from Kandy, although there was a lot of young players that played for Kandy, and they've done a lot of hard work.
As Fazil Marija deciding to play his young henchman, Shahid Zumri, Tisanga Disanayaka and Gayan Pirra, all newly scouted, reinforcing their already strong Kandy squad, and they did come good. Here's the final breakdown. Kandy Sports Club 41 points to Sri Lions 8. 7 tries and Diluk Sadange, Tharindaratwat with 2 apiece, and Gayan Perra and Wajid Fahmy coming with 1 apiece, and the 3 conversions coming in very handy. A customary try to Prasad Madhusanga, and a penalty by the skipper Kevin Dixon, taking it home for the visitors, but unfortunately it ends in a 41-8 with Kandy qualifying across to the semi-finals of the Clifford Cup. And a wonderful show by the player of the match, Diluk Sadange, with those 2 tries flying past the try line and making sure that Kandy stayed dominant throughout proceedings, and a good show defensively as well. All action brought to you live from Sri Lanka's premier sports network, ThePapare TV, live from Nittawela as we speak. The fans in their numbers are storming out into their field and having conversations with their beloved home players, which is pretty traditional here at Nittawela. Made a lot of rugby action. And a lot more to come here with the upcoming fixtures as well. The Papare bringing you all of that very important rugby, hot and fast, from the respective venues. The Clifford Cup, of course, is the knockout tournament, and there's a lot of expectation behind this home outfit to bring home the double yet again this season. Last season being a chink in the armour, having not brought that league title home. And the police team taking home the Clifford Cup. Kandy hot favourites this season, with a very reinforced squad looking very strong for the upcoming season. With that, ladies and gentlemen, we will conclude proceedings here at Nittawela. Kandy taking home a dominant win, 41 points to 8, and they will qualify for the semi-finals of the Clifford Cup tournament. And with that, we will end proceedings here at Nittawela. All action live brought to you from the Papare TV, and signing off here, your commentators for the day, along with the production here, is Kavint Rajapaksa and Yusuf Zuhri.
boss, I got you some homemade milk toffee. Shall I bring it now? You know, no matter what others say, you are really important to us. I have never seen anyone care about the company as much as you do.
While you're working hard to earn your yearly bonus, save money with Commercial Bank's Power Bonus. Open an account with just 5,000 rupees and earn bonus interest every 3 months straight.
ළඟින්ම ඉන්න friendship බොමයි ඒ friendship එක තව සුබ වෙන්නයි
හිතේ ආදරේ අප්ඩේට් වෙන්නයි ඒ ආදර දෙවියම සුබ වෙන්නයි මේ හැම වෙලාවෙම perfect වෙන්නයි ඒ හැම අයටම සුබ දේ වෙන්නයි ලංකාව පුරා සතුට connect වේ හැම සම්බන්ධයක සුබ එක වෙන්නයි
ආවරණයෙන් නොදෙවෙනි Airtel සුබ සම්බන්ධයක්
ලස්සන පන් ලෝකේ කොත්තු මිසර විහිදේ හික්කක සිත බැඳා ෆයිල් වල ෆැෂන් අපේ
හිටක බදේ වටේ
hot and spicy guess my recipe prima කොත්තු මී ෆන් තමයි.
Witness the thrill of the big match season, where school pride is on the line and every run counts. Watch as heroes rise and legends are born. The big match season, live on the Papare TV, Dialog ViU App and ThePapare.com.
Boss, you're the one who lifted this company to where it is today, ne? Your work is so well organized and your capability really shines through it.
While you're working hard to earn your yearly bonus, save money with Commercial Bank's Power Bonus. Open an account with just 5,000 rupees and earn bonus interest every 3 months straight.
ළඟින්ම ඉන්න friendship බොමයි ඒ friendship එක තව සුබ වෙන්නයි
හිතේ ආදරේ අප්ඩේට් වෙන්නයි ඒ ආදර දෙවියම සුබ වෙන්නයි මේ හැම වෙලාවෙම perfect වෙන්නයි ඒ හැම අයටම සුබ දේ වෙන්නයි ලංකාව පුරා සතුට connect වේ හැම සම්බන්ධයක සුබ එක වෙන්නයි
ආවරණයෙන් නොදෙවෙනි Airtel සුබ සම්බන්ධයක්
පිටියේ හතර අතේ කොත්තු මි රැවුදෙන්නේ
Sixer udaya ViU App hot hot dang pandu hot and spicy uda pandu fun kapu savine vive prima කොත්තු මී ෆන් තමයි.
ළඟින්ම ඉන්න friendship බොමයි ඒ friendship එක තව සුබ වෙන්නයි
හිතේ ආදරේ අප්ඩේට් වෙන්නයි ඒ ආදර දෙවියම සුබ වෙන්නයි මේ හැම වෙලාවෙම perfect වෙන්නයි ඒ හැම අයටම සුබ දේ වෙන්නයි ලංකාව පුරා සතුට connect වේ හැම සම්බන්ධයක සුබ එක වෙන්නයි
ආවරණයෙන් නොදෙවෙනි Airtel සුබ සම්බන්ධයක්
Hot and spicy fun කොත්තු මී flavors popping can't you see flames are crazy blow my mind taste so high it's for me hot heat for the beat that they fun nigga then repeat beat check it hype and always on කොත්තු මී prima කොත්තු මී ෆන් තමයි.
Boss, I got you some homemade milk toffee. Shall I bring it now? You know, no matter what others say, you are really important to us. I have never seen anyone care about the company as much as you do.
While you're working hard to earn your yearly bonus, save money with Commercial Bank's Power Bonus. Open an account with just 5,000 rupees and earn bonus interest every 3 months straight.
ලස්සන පන් ලෝකේ කොත්තු මිසර විහිදේ හික්කක සිත බැඳා ෆයිල් වල ෆැෂන් අපේ
හිටක බදේ වටේ
hot and spicy guess my recipe prima කොත්තු මී ෆන් තමයි.
Witness the thrill of the big match season, where school pride is on the line and every run counts. Watch as heroes rise and legends are born. The big match season, live on the Papare TV, Dialog ViU App and ThePapare.com. පිටියේ හතර අතේ කොත්තු මි රැවුදෙන්නේ
Sixer udaya ViU App hot hot dang pandu hot and spicy uda pandu fun kapu savine vive prima කොත්තු මී ෆන් තමයි.
Boss, I got you some homemade milk toffee. Shall I bring it now? You know, no matter what others say, you are really important to us. I have never seen anyone care about the company as much as you do.
While you're working hard to earn your yearly bonus, save money with Commercial Bank's Power Bonus. Open an account with just 5,000 rupees and earn bonus interest every 3 months straight.
Hot and spicy fun, cook to me. Flavors popping, can't you see? Flames are crazy, blow my mind. Taste so high, it's for me. Hot heat for the beat, that they fun, nigga, then repeat. Beat, check it, hype, and always on cook to me. Prima, cook to me. Fun, tamai.
Lagin ma inna friendship bomai e friendship එක තව සුබ වෙන්නයි
හිතේ ආදරේ අප්ඩේට් වෙන්නයි ඒ ආදර දෙවියම සුබ වෙන්නයි මේ හැම වෙලාවෙම perfect වෙන්නයි ඒ හැම අයටම සුබ දේ වෙන්නයි ලංකාව පුරා සතුට connect වේ හැම සම්බන්ධයක සුබ එක වෙන්නයි
ආවරණයෙන් නොදෙවෙනි එයාටෙල් සුබ සම්බන්ධයක්
ලස්සන පන් ලෝකේ කොත්තුමි සරවි හිතේ හික්කට සිත බැන්දා ෆයිනල් ෆැෂන් අපේ හිටක බදේ වටේ hot and spicy guess my taste prima කොත්තුමි fun tamai
Boss, you're the one who lifted this company to where it is today, ne? Your work is so well organized and your capability really shines through it.
While you're working hard to earn your yearly bonus, save money with Commercial Bank's Power Bonus. Open an account with just 5,000 rupees and earn bonus interest every 3 months straight.
Sixer udaya viwate hot hot dang pandu hot and spicy uda pandu fun kapu savine vive prima kottumi fun tamai hot and spicy fun kottumi flavors popping, can't you see? Flames are crazy, blow my mind. Taste so high, it's for me. Hot heat for the beat, that they fun, nigga, then repeat. Beat, check it, hype, and always on kottumi prima kottumi fun tamai.
Boss, you're the one who lifted this company to where it is today, ne? Your work is so well organized and your capability really shines through it.
While you're working hard to earn your yearly bonus, save money with Commercial Bank's Power Bonus. Open an account with just 5,000 rupees and earn bonus interest every 3 months straight.
Witness the thrill of the big match season, where school pride is on the line and every run counts. From iconic rivalries to new generations of talent, a story of dedication, camaraderie, and the pursuit of excellence. With every delivery, every catch, every partnership, watch as heroes rise and legends are born. The big match season, live on the Papare TV, Dialog ViU App, and ThePapare.com.
As the pioneer in Sri Lanka's bottled water industry, American Water has set the standard for over 3 decades to help you stay hydrated wherever you may roam, to provide healthy hydration for your whole home, and to nourish your growing family. With island-wide distribution, we've reached the homes and hearts of every Sri Lankan, ensuring healthy hydration for all. For over 30 years, we've brought the Earth's bounty directly to you, wherever you are, whatever your needs.
Stand by for opener.
Sri Lanka's #1 sports channel, ThePapare.
3, 2, 1, roll off.
ඉස් දින ශ්‍රී ලංකාවේ අංකික ක්‍රීඩා නාලිකාව ThePapare සමග.
Welcome back to ThePapare.
Welcome to the live broadcast from ThePapare.
Good luck, guys. Good luck, everyone.
The Papare, Sri Lanka's #1 television sports channel.